AlphaTauri's 2020 Formula 1 car features plenty of parts supplied by Red Bull Racing. But the most significant thing about its new car is what it has turned down the chance to take. Under F1's regulations governing this year's carryover cars, those teams running 2019 specification non-listed parts last year are permitted to upgrade them to 2020 specification this year without spending development tokens. Yet AlphaTauri has turned down the chance to take the 2020 Red Bull rear end for free. Instead, it has focused on the front end of the car, taking 2020 specification steering components and suspension from Red Bull and spending its tokens on a new nose design. This is the second instalment in our in-depth look at every single new car of 2021, so hit subscribe so you don't miss anything from the race. And if you want to know the second another video is released, hit the notifications bell. The car. Beyond its modified livery, which now features more of the AlphaTauri brand's favourite navy blue colour, the front end instantly draws the eye. While the nose has changed, the race's technical expert Gary Anderson is surprised it isn't a more aggressive nose job given the trend for going as narrow as possible set by Mercedes. But despite the subtle changes, it should still deliver improved airflow to the all-important bargeboard area and front of the floor. But the front wing mounting pillars do remain wide, which is good for the stability of the wing but will compromise the airflow coming off the inboard section of the front wing flaps. With the highly loaded inboard front wing concept AlphaTauri uses, the aim is to maximise the airflow you are feeding underneath the chassis, then pull it back out again across the leading edge of the underfloor with the bargeboards and the turned up section of the front corner of the floor. So AlphaTauri might be losing out a little here. The front suspension has also been modified, potentially with a higher pickup point inboard for the bottom wishbone. So AlphaTauri has also taken the 2020 specification Red Bull power steering system, which is possible without any token spend thanks to the rules, allowing those running non-listed parts supplied by other teams to upgrade to 2020 specification if they ran year-old parts the previous season. The bargeboards have been revised, with the outboard vertical turning vane now separated from the top of the side pod and featuring more twist in its mid-mount. AlphaTauri has also added more horizontal slatted vanes just in front of the vertical section. These changes will make the front corner of the underfloor work harder, pulling more of the airflow that goes under the car out of that area to compensate for the increased leakage going under the car further back because of the new floor regulations. There are also plenty of other small detail changes to the bargeboards, all part of ensuring the best possible airflow to the Coke bottle and diffuser. While declining the Red Bull 2020 specification gearbox and suspension might seem unusual, it's a logical move for AlphaTauri. Not only does that allow it to focus its development resource on the front end, but it also better suits the aerodynamic concept it follows. AlphaTauri may be Red Bull's second team, but its car is not a clone when it comes to the key performance differentiator, the aerodynamics. AlphaTauri has gone its own way aero-wise for many years, but last year made a big step in terms of both development and workflow efficiency. This direction could pay off for AlphaTauri, especially given the problems Red Bull had with its 2020 concept. AlphaTauri is also the first team to reveal the detail of its diffuser. A comparison of the 2020 AlphaTauri rear end with the AT02 clearly shows the reduction of the height in the diffuser fences by 50mm. These vertical vanes are crucial for dividing any airflow separation pockets that occur when the car's ride height reduces. The rear wing end plates have some changes to the lower section and the louvre detail has also changed. Some of this will be to improve the performance of the diffuser, some will improve the efficiency of the overall rear wing package. While we can't see any detail of it, the car also features the much vaunted 2021 specification Honda power unit. The Japanese manufacturer has been aggressive with its approach this year given its withdrawal from F1 at the end of the season, introducing a widely upgraded design brought forward from 2022 and has high hopes for the performance level it has delivered. We can see that the bodywork, side pods and engine cover are a little more tightly packed than last year, which reflects how well AlphaTauri understands the cooling demands of the Honda package and potentially the improvements made in its design. 2021 objectives. In 36 seasons in Formula 1, first as Minardi, then from 2006 under Red Bull ownership as Toro Rosso before last year's rebrand as AlphaTauri, This team has never finished higher than 6th in the Constructors' Championship. Last year, it was part of the tightly packed midfield pack of 5 teams, finishing at the back of that group in 7th place. Given that beating Ferrari to 6th place was eminently possible, but for a lack of consistency, AlphaTauri can legitimately aspire to do better this season, despite being up against bigger teams in that group. Team principal Franz Tost has a long history of setting ambitious pre-season targets that the team then falls short of. Last year, the top 5 was his goal, but while he didn't set a specific objective in terms of position this year, he does want the team to be consistently at the front of the midfield. That means being right up there with Aston Martin, McLaren, Alpine and Ferrari. No longer a B team. Last year, Red Bull made much of the fact it saw AlphaTauri as a sister rather than a junior team. It's difficult to see it ever emerging fully from Red Bull Racing's shadow, but the introduction of the cost cap combined with a more equitable distribution of team revenues under the new Concord agreement means its potential has been increased. AlphaTauri was the last team using a 50% wind tunnel, with its facility in Bicester in the UK used to develop the 2021 car. But thanks to new regulations limiting wind tunnel occupancy, it is moving in with Red Bull to share its higher specification Bedford wind tunnel this year, allowing it to run at higher fidelity 60% scale. AlphaTauri leans heavily on Red Bull equipment, running as many non-listed parts from Red Bull as possible to allow it to focus its resources on key performance differentiators such as its aerodynamic package. This allows it to run efficiently, but it also retains its distinctive aero philosophy, meaning it isn't just a slower clone of the Red Bull. While AlphaTauri will remain Red Bull's second team and shows no signs of changing its policy of running Red Bull junior drivers, with the arrival of the promising Yuki Tsunoda alongside proven team leader and Grand Prix winner Pierre Gasly, it is realistic for it to be more ambitious in the long term thanks to the gap between the big spenders and the rest in F1 closing up. Whether that means it can lead the midfield consistently this year, as Tost expects, is another matter. Let us know how you think AlphaTauri will do this year in the comments below, and hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this look at its 2021 Challenger.